Hi. Right now I'm doing a service on my work van. And I thought I'll do a video of it, but now I can't find any of my stuff. Toolbox too big. Right then. So a lot of sumps and a lot of new vehicles have weird, like they don't just have a bolt in them, they have like weird things. Like that thing. And this is a Vauxhall Vivaro, which is actually a Renault, and I think it's this one. This one right here. So I know they're not the perfect size for like a 3/8 bit or anything like that. So get this. And also I think it's either 24. By the way, my new phone is coming tomorrow, which is Monday, and I'm filming this on the work phone because that's all I got. So I've got my sockets. Let's go have a look, see. Right, under the vehicle, got the. So basically, it's a 2017 Vauxhall Vivaro / Renault Traffic / what is it, a Nissan TriStar / whatever the Fiat equivalent is. It's a Renault 1.6 bi-turbo. So there's a sump with that weird square thing, which is this. Put that in there like that. Give it a crack. There we go. And that's the oil filter there, which is 27mm. So if you get a socket on, can you see? Yeah, on like that. Put it to open. It's only plastic, so you don't want to do too much damage. See, because it's plastic, I need 2 hands for this. Wait a second. So now I've done that. I've just loosened that. I shouldn't have used a double depth socket because that's why I needed 2 hands. Anyway, let me spin this camera around. How do I do this? I don't think I can on this phone. Okay. Anyway, my videography is going to be absolutely crap on this. So the engine is still slightly warm. Got a bit of a twist. Bit of a twat. It's going to go everywhere. Always does. Ready, 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 boom. Not too bad. Too bad at all. So let that drain. Undo the rest of the oil filter. Get that out. Then we'll see how much metal's in this, eh? It's done 135,000 miles now. Let it drain a bit. Right, for these here, with these being plastic, you're going to want to have a 6-sided, not a multi-point, because it just crushes them and rips them. Right, sorry about that noise. Where's my work phone? That's my work app. Electronic water pump. Oil cooler. Quite well packed in these are. Alright, let's get this off. Once you take the oil filter out, well, this is the housing. So that's the housing. Oil filter. Ugh, one hand job. Lol, hand job. Do 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 do. So there is the oil filter, the new one. And you'll get an O-ring in here. Oh, for God's sake. There you go, an O-ring. So you want to take the old O-ring off here, fit this new one, give it a bit of wipe of oil, and pop this onto there, and screw it back in. And get it up like that. Get all a bit of a clean some brake cleaner. Probably got some on the camera now, but who cares? Got some raggedy action in there. New seal. And just like that. Filter. On. Now, so now we've got the new O-ring on and the new filter in. You want to get some old oil. Let me just see if I can get that at an angle for you. Because I don't even have, I wasn't expecting to do this today, let's put it that way. Right, and so this, you want some old oil on your finger, wrap it around the O-ring, so when it goes in, it's nice and lubricated, it doesn't snatch anything off, like knacker the ring. Some brake cleaner in there. As much of that old oil out as you can. Can't you tell I didn't pay for the brake cleaner? A bit of a wipe. You filter. Always start with your fingers. If you do it finger tight, you know you're not cross-threading it. And if you cross-thread this, with that being aluminium, that being plastic, you can't buy them separately. Can you even see? I don't know. You can't buy these separately, so you have to buy a whole oil cooler. Trust me, one of the lads found out. I'll get back on. Right. Again, because it's plastic, they actually say on them 25 Newton meters, so they don't take a lot to tighten up. So you haven't got a torque wrench. I do, but I can't be arsed. Give it like that. Done. And then you can still see. Clean up the sump plug. Clean up the sump. That in like so. Oh yeah, new copper washer. Do. And that. And the copper washers, they kind of got a crush, so you have got to be a bit tight with them. Just give it a bit of that, not too much. Give the air a bit of a clean. Right down with a rag. You join me in the middle of underneath the van. You've got the fuel tank here, the DPF there, and obviously the front subframe. And here you have the fuel filter. So what we're going to want to do, it's on a clamp. Oh, that's me, hi. It's on a clamp plug with two clips on the top. Don't know if you can see that. Get your torch out for you. So basically you got them clips, this plug, and then I'll disconnect that, and then you can bring it down. So we're going to take this plug off, these two clips, undo this, and then the fuel filter is going to come off. Well, the housing is going to come out, then we can actually change the filter inside it. Get on with that. Now with the housing off, put it in a vice very loosely because you don't want to dent it, and you now need to take these off, these torques. And for anyone wondering, it's a T30 size. One-handed again. Do. Uh-oh, go this way. Right. Don't lose them, because you don't get any of them brand new. Then you want to take the top off. You should normally need a little screwdriver to get in because they have these little indents to get in. Come on, focus, there we go. These little indents to get in with a screwdriver. Go more round. It is quite tight. Oh, and anyone wondering as well, high work, anyone wondering as well, the sump plug square socket thing is an 8mm. I didn't say that, but you need an 8mm. Getting a little screwdriver like that bad boy inside here, you just give it a bit of a lift off like that over the plug. Then you have, after you've hit that through there, what you get, that pops off, and this, oh, I need one hand again, where that, put it on my belly, and this comes out like that. Bit of fuel at the bottom. So I'm going to go clean this up, make sure it's all good. Now it's cleaned, get the new filter, push her in. New filters in, got an O-ring on there, give that a change, put that back in, get this bad boy, screw that back in at the bottom, put the cap back on, bolt it back in. Has that got a seal as well? No, because obviously that acts as a seal where it's gone. This acts as a seal. So you get that, bolt it back on, put it back in, hey presto, there you go. So you should have it looking something like this. So you got the flat edge against the flat edge. Holes, you can't get it wrong. So you put that there, like so. Don't push anything in yet, because what you need to do is get all these, just line them up, get them all lined up. Down in. There we go. Get them all lined up like so. Make sure the washers aren't freaking missed. I'm doing this on a dirty bed. I shouldn't really be doing this. But I was outside draining the diesel. You get the drift anyway. So you go around, get them all in. When I've got them all in, I'll be back. So in typical Renault style, or Vauxhall, there's your air filter. Best thing is these two here, 13mm and a 13mm. Take them out. Like that. Grab them. Locating one, cut one. And this should just pop out. Gives you a lot more room to get these torques out. Right, I'm back, finally. So, got that off, blah blah blah. Get a Torx bit, I don't know, what is this, T25 I think? In there. Undo it, got to take that off as well, unplug that. So that's a mass sensor, unplug that. Take that off, so you need a flathead screwdriver or a 7mm. Undo that, that just pulls off. Get these. Can't see anything, can you? This phone's brilliant. Undo these. You got one there, one there, one there, and then it will just lift up and pull out. So now you got this out of the way. Pull that up, and yeah, that definitely needed changing. Yeet. Get a hoover in here. Hoover up that crap. In fact, let me get some light on the situation. There we go. Hoover up this. Get all the crud out. Put the new one in and put that back together. New filter. Old filter. New filter. Old filter. Old filter. New filter. What makes this? Bosh. Yeet. Have that. Deaf to all Renaults. That's hoovered out. Put that in nicely. Just give it a pat, make sure it's all in there. Get this, twist it at the back, you got these lugs. You got to go in there, line them up. The only thing really that gets in the way in this job is that. Move. There we go. So you got to try and line it up. Line it up. I've completely missed. Move that out of the way. This is really hard with one bloody hand. You know what Trucker Tim does with his thing on his head? GoPro strap on his head. I need one. Is that in? There we go. That's in. Right. Put you back on there, one-handed, and screw it up. So that's that back on, that back on, that back on, that all tight, and this bad boy back on, all tightened up. Let's get some oil in it. The oil is 530 synthetic. These take around 6 litres. So what I do, chuck a full 5 litre in, and then just check with dipstick where you're going with it. Remember, the oil filter as well is going to be empty, so put it to maximum on the dipstick, get as close as you can to maximum, run the engine for a couple of minutes, turn it off, leave it 10 minutes, and then check, and that'll be a live reading with the actual full capacity of the oil. So let me chuck this in, and we'll go there. Renaults take forever, because we've got this that goes to the engine, little tiny tube. Oh, for crying out loud, it's going to take forever! It's on virtually the maximum, and I've used 6 litres. That little one, that big one. Put the cap back on. Go in here. Let it run for a bit. Oh. Then go right back at it. Turn the radio off. Don't rev it, let the oil just circulate around everything like the timing chain, turbo. Let it run for a little bit. Ay, ay, ay. Come down the pit, make sure nothing's leaking. No, she's sweet. Sweet. Got a little rag. So I've just noticed. Last point when I cleaned it. Oh, look at that. Look at that there. Right, what I'll do with that, is I'll turn it off now, double check the oil level, and then start it back up again after the oil level's settled and I've checked it up, and then I'll run it so the engine's warm, so when it's warmest, that's when the oil is going to get the most in the face. Then I'll check it again. For the meantime, I'm going to turn the engine off, let it settle, get rid of the old oil. We've got an old oil container over there, and starting me crap away. Yay! One thing I have noticed with a lot of diesel vehicles with DPFs, if you don't change the oil regularly, they have like a, I don't know how it works, but there's a sensor on them that senses the dilution of the oil. I think mainly a timing countdown, and the efficiency of the DPF goes down. So when you get a lot of DPF problems, and obviously I'm roadside breakdown, when you get a lot of DPF problems, it's because in the computer it thinks the oil's knackered. So it won't do it. Especially if you've ever had issues with your DPF before, so you have to have a lot of static regens and force regens, because that overworks everything, really. No, they're a good van. If you look after them, they're a good van. Like this one. This one is a 17 plate on 135,000 mile, and it's, touch wood, sweet, mint, drives lovely, no issues with it at all. It's AdBlue as well. It's been a brilliant van. But we've got other ones in the fleet, older and the same age. Have we got any new ones? I think everything new is Transit Connect, Custom. but we've had ones that like less than 100,000 mile. Engine out jobs and timing chains, turbos, gearboxes. I think it all depends how you look after them. They don't like being ragged. I know that for a fact. They definitely don't like being ragged. No, they're a good van. They're a good little van. Medium van, should I say. Comfortable. Really good on fuel. Like, I just topped this one up. Filled it up. 64 litres. Filled it up. I think these blue ones have a bit of a less fuel tank capacity than the non-AdBlue ones, because I think the AdBlue tank takes up where the fuel tank is. 546 mile out of a full tank, and it's not just motorway. I very rarely do motorway, so yeah. Nice van. Right, clean my shit up, oil, and then recheck oil. Done. And that is how you do quick service on a Vivaro.